Have you ever wondered how to do yoga? Today's your chance. It's called Beginner's Basics on your feet. That doesn't sound right, but anyway, it's basic poses standing. So if you have questions about standing poses in yoga and you want to come back to your roots, that's what today is for. If you're just starting out with yoga and you want to know what's going on, then that's what is good for this class for you today. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, okay? So we'll see you on the mat. Hey everybody. So let's get started. Standing on your feet, hands to the hips, roll the shoulders up and back. We're going to take this really nice and easy today and just shift your weight from one leg to the other. Very slow movements. Feel the weight of the body on the feet. And then we're going to rock forward and back. So we're not yet in an actual yoga pose. So hang in there. We're going to get there. Very exciting, I know, for all of you practicing yoga. And this is a nice gentle yoga class too. So if you want to label it gentle, that's nice too. Beginner, basics, right? Let's hold it still so you feel the even pressure on both feet. And then just take your left arm up towards the sky. We're going to do some just warming up a little bit. Tilt your body to the right. Feel that left arm extend. And then come up to center. And then again, a little tilt to the right. And back up to center. And another tilt to the right. Let's hold it here for a moment. Feel that whole left arm extending out of your left hip. Right? It's obviously not connected to that hip exactly, right? But in a roundabout way it is. So as you pull it, maybe you can feel from the hip all those tissues and muscles extending, stretching. And let it feel good. You can squeeze your bottom here. And then bring your hips back to center and lower your left hand slowly down to your hip. Roll the shoulders up and back again. We want our posture to be nice and upright. We have a natural curve in this lower back here, so we're not tucking this tailbone. No. Nice little curve there. That's what we like. And then we're going to take the right arm up towards the sky. Breathe in and tilt to the left. And come back up to center. Tilt again. Use your breath. Back to center. Good. Tilting. And let's hold it this time. Reach that right arm as long as you can up out of this right side of the body. Now bring your attention back to your feet. Make sure you're pressing evenly into those feet. Let your knees have a teeny tiny bend in them. Squeeze the bottom. Breathe deeply. And feel the stretch. And then bring your hips back to center. Lower your right hand down to your hip and then roll the shoulders again up and back. Perfect. Now step the feet a little bit wider than the hips. And let's circle the hips around in one direction. So the side to side stretch that we just did is called half moon. And it's a Kripalu style half moon. If any of you are familiar with Kripalu yoga. Let's circle the opposite direction. And just take a moment to notice your breath. Notice where you are. And let it all feel good. Got all that? Hold it still. Now bring your feet in and lower the arms down to the sides. Good. Shake out your shoulders and then shake out your hands and your wrists and simply breathe. Good. Hold it still. You're facing the long edge of your yoga mat. You're going to step the feet about 3 to 4 feet wide apart. People joke with me in yoga classes about the measurements, right? Do you have a tape measure? Do you measure it? No, it's really 3 or 4 feet of your feet apart. Think of it that way. And then pull your shoulders up and back. Breathe deeply. And let's point the toes out. to the sides. So we have a little bit of an angle. You don't want to be completely straight with the feet pointing out. So keep a 45-degree angle. And then you're going to bend down into your knees and your hands can rest on your thighs. And then you're going to straighten the legs, lift the body, take a deep breath. Shoulders again, up and back, right? We tend to bring the shoulders forward, so keep them up and back, open and lift your chest, and then sink down again. Breathe deeply, and then push up again. So we're just getting a feel for this posture. Let's sink again. Breathing and straightening. Good. Let's sink down and hold it this time. Good. Pull the shoulders up and back, still kind of warming up for this posture. We're going to go side to side, one leg to the other. Just notice what that feels like. Right, we're transferring the weight from one leg to the other, just to notice what that feels like. Breathing. And you can get to know your body in this way, right? Which leg feels stronger today? Which one feels weaker? We tend to have a stronger right side of the body, most of us. So just take these little notes about yourself and let's hold it still. You're going to take the shoulders, pull them up and back again. I keep repeating that same thing because, again, we tend to round. So pull up and back, take a deep breath, and now straighten the legs. We're going to take a little break and we're going to go into the full goddess posture. So inhale here. Let go of a sigh. And let's sink again into those legs. Beautiful. So remember, we have the toes, the feet angled at about 45 degrees. And try to bring your knees somewhat above your ankles. Take the arms out to a T. Good. Shoulders up and back. Flip the palms up. Take breaks as you need, okay? In this posture, it's a little bit more intense. And we're going to bend the elbows and keep the elbows at shoulder height. Breathe in. And then come out of the posture. Straighten the legs and lower the arms. Good. Take a deep breath in. Let go of a sigh. That part feels great, doesn't it? Deep breath in. Exhale. Good. So we're going to come into that posture one more time, but this time focusing on the legs, hugging inward. So in classes, I like to remind people or to pretend that we're riding on an elephant. So there's a big giant elephant between your legs. Let's bend the knees and then hug the elephant with the legs. Float the arms out to your T position. Shoulders up and back. Take a deep breath. Palms flip up. Beautiful. And then let's bend the elbows so we have elbows in line with shoulders. And then squeeze your elephant. Keep breathing. How big is your elephant? Elephants are awesome. Elephants are awesome. Take a deep breath in, lower the arms, straighten the legs. Perfect. Straighten your feet. Good. Let's step the feet in and give the ankles a little bit of a break. Shake out your legs. Do a little kick, one leg and then the other. Good. And while we're here, let's turn the left foot over. So now the top of the foot is forward. And so the toes are curled under on the opposite direction than we normally would curl them under. And the ankle is pressing forward. We pull the shoulders up and back again. We lift up through the chest. I'm getting a little cramp in my foot. How about you? Up through the chest. Soften your jaw. Good. Now you can bring your hands to your hips here. And let's circle that left ankle in one direction. If it feels more comfortable, you can lift the foot off the floor to circle. All right, that takes a little bit of balance. So be nice. Be nice to yourself. Balancing is challenging. Circle the opposite way. That's why we have walls. Walls were built so that we could learn to balance better. That's what I think. Keep breathing here. Good. Let's hold it still. Now, the weight of the body is in this right foot. The shoulders come up and back. The arms float out to a very nice loose T position. like you're taking a photo with your buddies and your arms are over their shoulders. And then your left knee can float up in front of you. This is your crane pose, Balakikasana. Take a deep breath in. Back against the wall is absolutely an option here. I'm wobbling myself, building some strength in my standing leg. The right knee is a little bit bent, and we're gonna lower that left leg and lower the arms. You're doing amazing. Shake it out a little bit. Keep breathing. Let something go. Fantastic. Good. Turn the right foot over so the front of that foot is pressing forward, stretching the top of the foot. Do we even want to discuss the top of the foot and how tight it is? Do we want to go there? For most people, it's quite tight. Quite tight. So now we're going to circle this ankle around. Your hands can come to your hips. And then just breathe in and breathe out. How's your breathing today? Do you find it difficult to concentrate on breathing and moving? Let's circle the opposite way with that ankle. And again, you can lift the foot up in the air to circle. You can put your back against the wall. Let's hold it still. The left foot is holding your body weight. The shoulders are up and back. This right foot is on the floor, the ball of the foot. It can stay there for this balancing posture. It doesn't have to lift like we did on the other side. If you have a block, you can also put your right foot on that block, right, to help lift it up a little bit higher. Now float your arms out to a loose T, I call it, and then pull your shoulders up and back and lift and open up your heart, and then maybe the right knee comes up a little bit higher. How's your breath? Only do it as long as it feels good, not the breathing, the pose. Please keep breathing. A little bit deeper. Lower the leg, lower the arms. Fantastic. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Good. Let's bring the hands behind the back. And we're going to interlace the fingers there. Good. So I'm going to turn so you can see this. So we have the fingers interlaced behind the back. We're going to press the knuckles down towards the floor. And then we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. I like the way I just said that. Squeeze. And then lift your arms off your back. Now press down gently into your feet, but make sure it's evenly, right? We're pressing evenly. And the knees have a little bend. We're going to grow the body up tall. Now circle your arms in one direction. And how does that feel, right? How does it feel? Where do you feel tightness in your shoulders? If you have a yoga strap or a men's tie, you can use it to connect your hands behind you if they don't want to connect just right now. And then circle the opposite way. A belt, right? A belt for your pants. You can use that too. Find some movement. You're all doing great. And let's hold it still. We're going to press the knuckles down and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift the arms off the back. Breathe. Now look at your feet. Make sure they're straight. Bend your knees nice and deeply and bow the body forward very, very slowly so we have a flat back. And as you come down, you're going to rest your head and let your arms come up and over your back. As much as you can. And then once you're down there, only if it's comfortable, you're going to straighten your legs. Deep breath in. Bend your knees and lift yourself up with a flat back. That was your standing yoga mudra. We're going to release the hands and shake out the wrists. So I'm going to encourage you to do whatever level of these poses that feel good for you. But let it be a guide. Let it be a guide for your practice. So we're going to walk to the back of our yoga mat. And we're going to take the shoulders, roll them up and back. So my palms are facing forward. I'm going to step my left leg forward out in front of me. And I'm in my warrior one position. So as a yoga teacher, I do the opposite. I tend to do the opposite of what the class is doing. So if you're looking at me and you're saying, that's not your left leg, that's why, okay? So I'm your mirror. This is your left leg in front. Pay no attention to which leg is in the front for me. Now your hips are like headlights in your warrior one position, okay? Very important. You want the hips, the headlights, to face forward so you can see where you're going, right? So we have those headlights, but we also think about the front of a car. You want your headlights to be level, right? Imagine if you had one up here and one down there. So level out your headlights as well. Your back heel, depending on the yoga tradition that you're practicing, can be lifted, which I tend to do. This is a Kripalu style warrior one. Or you can ground it at 45 degrees, but try not to let it compromise the position of your pelvis, okay? Now, if your knees are flexible, if your legs are flexible, that angled down position for the back foot is okay. But if you're not so flexible, you might want to lift that back heel up so you don't hurt your back knee, okay? So here we are. Front knee is stacked on top of this ankle. We have almost a 90-degree angle with that front leg. And then float the arms out and up, framing the head, and let your palms face in. Now, by now, we've been standing like this for quite a while, and it's quite intense, so please take breaks if needed. We're going to inhale deeply, grow the spine, soften the jaw. Relax your front toes, and now push even more into your back heel. Lower the arms. Take a deep breath in. Take that back foot now and open it out. Woo, that was intense. We were in that for a while. I hope you're okay. Maybe you've already taken a break. You're sitting there having lemonade, just watching. So we're going to take this left foot, heel toe it a little bit more into the middle of your yoga mat, and then you're going to bend into that leg again, okay? Back foot, little angle, or perhaps straight, okay? Again, this is all about your knee, the health of your knee, and the happiness of your flexible leg, okay? So if you're feeling more flexible, by all means, straighten out that foot. If not, you can angle, okay? And it's also about this left knee. We don't want the left knee to come inward at all. If it is, then adjust this back foot, angle it more so that this front knee opens and rests on top of the ankle. Float your arms out. This is your warrior two. And you're going to gaze to the left. Take a deep breath in. Pull your shoulders up and back here. And just notice what this feels like. How's your breathing? Grow longer through your fingertips. Pretend somebody's actually standing behind you and pulling your arms for you even longer. Nice little curve in that lower back. Good, now lower the arms. Ah, good. So you're gonna straighten this left leg. You're gonna point those toes towards the long side of your mat. You're gonna point the right foot out to the right here and adjust your left foot as needed. Look at your right knee, we're gonna bend and make sure it's stacked on top of this ankle. Toes are relaxed. If the right knee is going inward at all, adjust the back foot, okay? I'm using my hands a lot, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So this right knee is stacked on the ankle and even opening up a little bit towards that pinky toe, that right pinky toe. Adjusting back foot as needed. Shoulders up and back, and then float your arms out to a nice T position. You're gonna gaze to the right. Left arm is level with that shoulder, so you can even check on that, see what if that's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And get longer, longer, longer through those fingertips. Inhale deeply. Maybe exhale with a sigh. Lots of breathing here. Good, now lower those arms. How are your legs doing? Are you feeling this? Take it easy. Back foot now is going to pivot so that the hips square and face the other side of the room towards the right leg. Headlights for hips, back heel pushing down, hips level. We have this bowl of water. This pelvis is a bowl of water. We don't want it to spill. And we don't want the headlights to be wonky. Shoulders up and back. Take a deep breath in. Now float the arms down, out, and up. Palms are facing in. Drop the shoulders down. If you need more space in your neck and your shoulders, feel free to open those arms a little wider. Do what feels good in your body. Keep breathing as you push into that back heel and lift and open up your heart. Breathe belly, ribs and chest get really big. Your torso is like a balloon. We inhale, fill the balloon. Lower the arms, hands to the hips. Lean into the front foot and let your back foot step forward towards that right foot. Fantastic. You guys are amazing. Okay. Shake out your legs, your ankles and your feet. Breathe deeply. Check in with yourself and how you're feeling. Everybody doing okay? Thumbs up? I sure hope so. Okay. So now your feet are going to stay hip width. Okay. We're going to start with them hip width and see how we do. Shoulders up and back. Let's transfer the weight forward and back on the feet again. Good. Sometimes in yoga classes I offer this up where the arms can move forward and back, right, to help balance out your weight as you're rocking. And it allows your body to rock a little more onto the heel without feeling like you're going to fall. You know what I mean? So it's like your body is tilting forward, then tilting back a little bit. It's a little teeter-tottery. Teeter-tottery. When my accents start coming out, you know the real deal is happening here. All right, so now we're going to hold it still, and we're going to transfer the weight one foot to the other. How does it feel? Are things starting to even out? Do you feel a difference? Where do you tend to put the weight on your feet? I'll give you a hint to find out the answer to that. I know some of you already know this, probably most of you, because you're smart. Go look at your shoes, right? And where the indents are. That'll tell you a lot. All right, so feet are hip width, straight forward, straight back. Take a deep breath in. Are you ready for Utkatasana, which is standing squat? If you have a wall that you like to use, you can put your butt back on the wall, okay? Otherwise, sit back and down with your hips as if there's a chair behind you and you're gonna sit back and down into that chair, okay? But you're not gonna get that far. You're not gonna get down to the chair. We have an angle with the thighs, a little bit of an angle. Now take your arms forward and then separate the hands so we have shoulder width. Good. Pull the shoulders up and back and arch your spine slightly. Now I say that because I don't want to round the back here at all. I don't want to tuck my tailbone. I want to flip it a little bit behind me. I want to reach my heart forward because remember, we're leaning back, we're stretching these hips back. We're reaching them towards that chair, okay? Take a deep breath in. Very strength building in those inner thighs. Do you feel that? Feels good. And then let's stand the body up tall. Good. Another option for Utkatasana is to bring the arms up so that they are framing the head. So we're going to do that with this option now, but you can do the arms out in front still. Okay? Take a deep breath in, and remember, the butt against the wall is always a nice option too. Reach your arms forward this time first. At the same time, sit back and down. If you have an assistant, you can ask them to stand in front of you and you can hold their wrists. They can also sit in this position and give you a counterweight. Really fun. Now, arms here or out to a T, up towards the sky, framing the head. Sitting back and down with your hips, breathing. Good, let's stand the body tall and then lower the arms down alongside the body. Fantastic, shake it out. I've been saying fantastic this entire class. Fantastic. Shake it out a little bit. So now, as a little bit of a final kick, we're gonna do the same pose, but with a twist, okay? Now, if you're feeling unsteady on your feet, grab a chair. You can sit in a chair and do the same thing. I'm gonna offer you two things. Let your legs touch together. So now your legs become one giant leg. I love saying that. Bring your hands in prayer. Take a deep breath. Sit back and down in your Utkatasana. Look at your knees, make sure that they're even, they're squared. One's not going in front of the other. And then you're gonna twist to your left, okay? So option one is to bring the right hand to that outer thigh and bring the left arm behind you. Option two is to bring this right elbow down to this left thigh, right by the knee. Push the palms together and twist. Push the legs together. Breathe deeply. And then slowly lift up and over, very carefully, to the other side. Now remember, if you have any kind of soreness in the back as you're coming up, maybe we sit down on the side and use the hand on the thigh and the right arm behind, right? Maybe that's your option on this side. Use your own intuition to figure out your level today. Or the hands together, the left elbow down, pressing legs together, press palms together, and breathe. Long, deep breath. I was going to say breathing and breaths at the same time. Long, deep breathes. Let's turn back to center. Take your time. You're going to stand tall, smile, and then lower your arms. Good. Shake out your legs. So that was a little bit of an intense beginner yoga pose class, right? But it's really meant to help you learn the poses properly. So I hope you feel like you've achieved something, and I hope you feel good. And if you need a break now, take a break, or you can watch another one of our videos and do a more gentle class. I hope you have an awesome day today, and please stay in touch. Namaste.